All right, guys, thank you all for being here today. Today we're going to talk about creating engaging and differentiated classrooms. Today we're going to move around a lot. We're doing strategies for active learning and a positive climate. All right, so this is our agenda for today. We're going to cover all these things: active learning and action, differentiated instruction, positive classroom climate. So before we get started, guys, go ahead and take a minute to fill out the pre-survey link, the sign-in sheet. My little timer up. Hey, y'all are fast. Awesome. All right, guys, so we're gonna read our objectives out loud orally, okay? So we're gonna say, like, I will have practical strategies. I will differentiate instruction. Y'all ready?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. I will have practical strategies to engage students. I will differentiate instruction. I will improve the classroom climate. Those things are so true, guys. Those are things you'll be able to do after this meeting today. All right, so these are our norms. The first thing is actively participate. Guys, we have to be active. We have to talk to each other because there might be something that your partner next to you doesn't know, okay? Engage with each other. Share out things that you already know, and don't forget to ask questions, okay? And as always, guys, be reflective over what we're learning today, okay? No, I don't mean you need to shine, be reflective, just like think over what you've done in your own classroom and how things could change. All right, so now it's time to get real. So now we're gonna do some reflection and goal setting. All right, you guys are gonna think about a recent lesson that went really well and one that didn't live up to your expectation. I'm gonna give you guys 1 minute to just sit and think without talking, just sit and think. 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, I know sometimes a minute might seem like a really long time, but sometimes our students really need that time to reflect and think about what they're doing, okay? So now it's time, guys, to go ahead and talk to your neighbor about what worked, what didn't, what challenges you faced maintaining behavior and delivering instruction. So let's go ahead and talk about it.
So I think for me, I was like doing a lesson, converting decimal to percent, and didn't go as well as I would. Something I didn't go over like the steps, like in like sequential order then. So like that was a challenge. So like how my students were when they were not engaged, and like some they were just on top of the part and not even focused on what I was doing. I think what I could reflecting back on what I could have done better would be like making sure like I go back at the steps with them very explicitly, and also maybe have them like read back to me like like what the steps are like for them.
So a lesson that I think went really well for me was when you explicitly tell the student why they're learning, what the importance of that lesson for that day, relate to it, and then also lessons talking or
You're just facilitating.
Yeah.
Right.
So those are the reasons.
Yeah, I had a situation. I taught a lesson. It was effective, but I feel like it would have been more effective if I would have did it in reverse. I was teaching about the my plate in my health class, and the first day we went over the my plate, explained everything in sections. And the second day, I brought food so that they could, actually physically put the food in the spaces on the plate. And I feel like if I would have switched it and did the my plate first, it would have made it stick even better if the second day we actually,
So you're saying that, like, do the activity first and like just grab that.
yeah, because they really grasped,
Yeah.
helped them grasp it a little better. And they were communicating to each other and trying to talk a lesson to each other.
All right, guys, we're following the norms. You guys are engaging and sharing information. That's so awesome. Thank you guys so much. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and stop this timer just really quick. All right, so now, guys, I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about myself. Okay, who am I as a person? So, my name is Miss Lister Floridor, and I love to eat, like way too much. I went to North Texas, and right now I'm a student at SMU. This is my beautiful family right here. My husband's one of the Cub Scout leaders, so there's his little cubs, and then there's our two little ones, and there's our oldest right there, who also just finished his Eagle project here at Stockard a few months ago. So that's really exciting. Those are some people from our troop. I listen to a lot of R&B music. It's my favorite type of music. So any type of R&B at 112 is my favorite group. I also like to listen to some audio books and do some late night walking. Okay, food, of course, big foodie. Love to eat anything inside.
And I see you like to watch movies as well.
Oh yeah, so many movies. Any movies. Any D-list movies, like the bad ones that never make it to the theater, those are my type of movies. Like old sci-fi or zombie movies that are silly. You know.
I like love those movies too.
I love those. Okay, that's good. You love those. That's good. That's good. There's this new Spanish movie out. Have y'all seen it? Apocalypse Z. Anybody seen it?
No, where's that on?
It's on Amazon Prime. It just came out. It's from Spain, so but it's #1 right now on Amazon. It's been #1 for a week, and I've been waiting to watch Apocalypse Z. Yeah, so check it out. It's not a D-list movie. It's supposed to be an A-list movie. All right, so active learning in action. So we're gonna start, guys. Our slides are a little crazy, okay? Because sometimes things are a little jumbled up and crazy in our classroom, okay? So what is active learning? Active learning requires students to engage directly with the content through collaboration, discussion, and hands-on activities. So what are we doing really well already at Stockard, guys? We're already doing the think, pair, share. Whenever we go into classrooms, everybody's doing the think, pair, share all the time. That's so amazing. And we're also doing quick writes. So today, what we're gonna be doing, we're gonna be doing a gallery walk, okay? So what is a gallery walk? We're gonna be posting questions and poems around the room and have students rotate in groups to respond, okay? And then we're gonna follow it up with a little quick write afterwards. So we're gonna get up. Let's everybody get up. I actually have a sheet for each of you. And there's some math problems over here. I have my little stations. I know y'all, I think y'all are gonna be working today.
Can I write in pen?
Yes. Normally not in math class, but today, in that section. All right, so you guys are gonna be moving together as a group, being collaborative. You guys can pick your first station together.
So we need to be at the same station?
Yes. While you're at the station, you guys are gonna be collaborating, talking to each other, and answering the questions.
So what did Gabriella do right? So
She wrote the problems. She made sure to write the problems on a paper. So that's what we needed, right?
she showed her work.
Yes, she definitely showed her work. Yeah, she even wrote like the steps that she
Yeah.
followed to do that.
Yeah. So what advice would we give her
Um,
to follow the practice?
probably write
PEMDAS.
PEMDAS.
Right,
Yes, definitely write PEMDAS on there. So then she like put a check mark because the first one is parentheses, so we know that So she
Show
should.
her steps. I mean, she actually did, even though the steps were wrong,
Wrong.
she did the
The
actual
operation,
complete
yeah,
operation
which was
correctly.
Gives us
Yeah.
clear
Yeah.
understanding of where she went wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So what? The red pandas.
Yes.
So the correct answer would have been 10 divided by 2 first, right?
11. Yes.
5.
Yeah,
and
so-
10. Oh, no, so it's
Yeah, 6 and minus 10, 11, yes.
Mm.
Okay.
So that will be
Alright.
the first thing.
So that's everything.
Okay. Are we moving on to
Station.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry. Okay, Angela was given.
Okay, so last time I really saw Miss Jimenez really try to lead the group, guys. So can someone else please read the problem?
Okay. So Angela was given the problem negative 10x plus 5 divided by 5 plus 12x. Below is the word and answer. Do you agree or disagree? Okay. So remember we're talking about the for station 1 how they should have reading pandas. So let's go ahead and actually work it out ourselves and see whether or not we agree or not.
That's a really great idea, guys. Everybody go ahead and work it out on your paper. This is also something you guys can be doing, guys, during gallery walks. You guys can be walking around, checking on the students, make sure everybody's collaborating, asking guided questions to the students you don't hear speak much. Okay, it might be helpful to write the PEMDAS at the top.
Okay.
Okay, and so one of the first things that we do, we're always going to do our multiply divide. So you might want to put that multiply divide in parentheses.
Then
We
let's-
can actually add them all
Oh,
together.
sorry.
like that.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be good.
Mm.
I'm sure I did that all wrong.
Okay. So if we have pandas.
Your partner's going to help you.
Yes, so, we're going to, so we don't have anything in parentheses, right? Not here, but we don't have anything in, we don't have any exponents, do we?
Mm.
No. Then do we have anything multiplication
no.
or division, whichever one comes first?
12x and
No, so I think the first thing we need to do is to make sure like we just rewrite this so that we don't have, what's 12x? So we do have a multiplication and a division, right? We have this one, so this is the one we're gonna do first, right? So it's gonna be 5 divided by 5, which gives us 1, plus 10x negative plus 12x, okay? So we're going down the steps, so we've canceled all these ones because we don't need that anymore. Then do we have an addition here?
yes.
Yes, but another thing we do have is a variable as well, okay? So we have a variable here and we don't have and there's no variable here. So we can now, the variables in like times go together and
Mhm.
unlike times, they don't go together.
So we're gonna skip over.
We're gonna skip this one and do this one instead. So it's gonna be negative 10 plus 12.
So we'll equal 2x.
2x and that's what's wrong.
Awesome. Guys, I love that. Sometimes there's going to be people that need support, or sometimes there's going to be a teacher where even we make mistakes. Like I just gave him the advice to put parentheses and didn't tell him where to put them. So thank you guys so much.
So what did Angelo do right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so.
Short as what?
I mean, yeah, so he broke down his steps. What advice would you give him? So kind of like give him a refresher on the like terms, like
Right.
adding or combining like
terms,
terms.
right.
So he was not supposed to do. So the one with the variable without the variable, we're not supposed to.
Yeah, and also like
those.
pandas.
And then pandas also
just said like
referencing
always want to
pandas.
start like pandas first. I think those are the advice.
Yeah.
Awesome job, guys. All right, we're done with those little stations. Thank y'all so much. That was so amazing.
I knew who was in here. I
All right, guys, so now I need everybody to go to their handout for me real quick. So what did we do? We did active learning. It required students to engage directly with the content through collaboration, discussion, and hands-on activity. We did that through our gallery walk. So as you see, there's some little strategies you guys can do tomorrow in your classroom. You can ask questions, let students think individually, like you guys usually do with the Think Pair Shares. You could do a gallery walk, setting up stations, which we just did, with questions and prompts, and have the students real quick to respond. And then a quick write, which is what we're about to do right now, okay? So our reflection prompt on this one is, how can you incorporate at least one active learning strategy into your next lesson? So everybody go ahead and take 2 minutes to go ahead and fill out, what is the active learning strategy that you think you can do during your next lesson? I'm gonna give everybody 2 minutes. No, you don't have to share it out loud since we all teach different subjects. I'm just gonna write down a little reflection. Looks like everybody's done, guys. Great job. Just gonna let that think open. Awesome. All right, so now we're gonna talk about differentiation, okay? And this is my favorite part, okay? As a sped teacher, we do a lot of differentiating in our classrooms, okay? So what is it? Oh, you do too as gen ed teachers. What is it? Differentiation involves tailoring your teaching methods and materials to meet your diverse learners' needs. Guys, we have all types of kids in our classroom. We have special ed kids, we have ELLs, we also have some kids that haven't been identified yet, we have gifted and talented kids, we have it all. So what you guys are already doing great, you guys are already scaffolding. You guys are already scaffolding in your classrooms, we see it all the time. You have small groups, some kids are doing higher activities, some kids are doing lower activities. We're just gonna extend that today, okay? And you also care about your students, you want them all to succeed, you want them all to learn, so great job. So today we're gonna work on tiering assignments, creating versions at varying levels of complexity, and also doing some flexible grouping, learning how to flexible group. We're going to group students by skill level, interest, and learning style. And we're going to adjust our groups regularly, okay? So I'm just going to show you guys how easy differentiation can be. So right now we're all going to open our computers. All right, guys, and everybody's gonna go ahead and log straight into Clever. All right, guys, right here I wrote, do not try to reinvent the wheel. Dallas ISD has already provided you with all the resources that you need to differentiate in the classroom, okay? A lot of times we get bogged down by all the extra stuff that's out there, but we already have all the things we need. So I'm gonna do it along with you. As you guys can see, I've already shown you some pictures. ELAR, math, and science. We're gonna start out here in iReady, guys. And I'm gonna show you guys all the different scaffolds and pre-teaching vocabulary pages that they have. ELAR teachers, we don't have any here today, but Amplify already loves the texting questions for you. So if y'all did not know, the reading teachers could actually go in at the beginning of the year and change which kids are ELL, which kids are SPED, which kids are level 2, which are level 3. And it varies the text and the questions all year round, okay? And all core teachers, I want you guys to contact your SPED teacher for your grade level, okay? For scaffolded assignments by TEAPS, and I'll show you how that works. So, here we have it here. I went to all 4 of our core subjects. There's goals for each one. Grade level goals with the worksheets for each subject, okay? Let me go ahead and log into Clever with you guys, show you guys how fun this stuff can be. All right, our science teacher, you're gonna go directly to iReady, and you're gonna look in that teacher toolbox, okay? Same thing for you, math teacher. You're gonna go in the teacher toolbox. History teacher, you go ahead and go to teacher toolbox for right now, but I'm gonna show you that you're actually gonna have to rely on your SPED teacher a lot, okay? So, if you did not know, teacher toolbox is right here after we log into iReady. And then we can just go by grade level. Sometimes we have some kids that are on grade level, sometimes we have kids that are not, okay? And there are other places in iReady that will show you the prerequisite teams, and you guys can look that up later, or you guys can pull up the STAR documents for that. But let's just say we're ordering rational numbers. It has everything you need to get the kids started. It has concept exploration, it has vocabulary, mastery, and development. Some kids are not ready to move on. They haven't even mastered the vocabulary. You can open up a vocabulary page. And it also has application pages, and they're all different. So for your higher level kids, it'll have the motivation station, which are more enrichment activities for them to actually connect the concepts to their life. And it also has intervention activities for your lower learners that need a little bit more support. Okay, and it does have those in math, reading, right here in the teacher toolbox. Okay. This is what I know. It has your graphic organizers in here. You know, we talk about scaffolding instruction a lot. So with graphic organizers, you guys want to start out in the classroom with those graphic organizers. And like I said, they're all provided for you. They've all been done. They're all in the system. Get those graphic organizers. Start having the kids work on them, and you start removing them slowly as they grasp it, okay? I know you guys know this. You guys are master teachers. You guys are great. But let me get to the real deal. I'm going to show you guys what you guys are going to rely on your SPED teachers for. So we have this wonderful program called Goalbook app. And our social studies teacher, let me show you how it's done. And like I said, it's for all subject areas. And they really should provide access to all teachers. If you like to, y'all can still play around with it. Go ahead and keep looking through the toolbox. There's a lot of things you might not know about. Sorry guys, just stopped logging me out. So I'm gonna go to social studies, okay? And so we're gonna talk about some 7th grade TEKS that we have here in social studies. One of the TEKS is, identify point of view. That's something that crosses both English and social studies, literally all subjects. So we'll go here and we'll have grade level goals. It'll have grade level worksheets as well. It'll also tell you your objectives, like what do you need to teach the kids first? First thing they need to do is write key details. That'll be during the first part of your lesson. Then they'll learn how to write summary sentences, 1 or 2. And then they'll learn how to write sentences identifying the main idea. But you may have some kids in your class that are maybe new to the language, or that might be your special education students. You guys are gonna go to the developing goal. And it'll help them still master the subject and still feel accomplished. So they'll know that they're gonna be given a grade level paragraph, just like the rest of the kids. And they're gonna underline the word that identifies the feeling. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like. It's the same teak, same everything, but it'll just be a little bit different because this, on this directions, is asking kids to underline the word that identifies how the author feels. You don't think that'll help still lead towards the same goal?
Definitely.
Definitely, right? Okay, then you have the kids in the middle. The kids in the middle, they're struggling a little bit, but they're gonna get it, right? So what does it have them do? They're gonna underline 3 words or phrases that identify the point of view of the people involved. And their directions, like I said, are gonna be a little bit different, so they're gonna read the same text, but their goal is to identify the words, 3 words that identify the point of view. Then we're gonna go to our grade
So
level.
like, just like keeps on increasing the reader.
Yep, it keeps increasing.
And also I see the data tracker as well here, so we can actually, check, we can track how, how you're doing with that. I think that's really, really cool.
Yes, yes. It'll have it by teak, and then you can write down your kids' names that met the goal. Then you know which kids didn't. Or you can write down which kids didn't, so you can know which ones to do your small group with the following day. And this is your on grade level students. Like I said, guys, it's the exact same text. But on this one, you have your kids that are ready to tackle this. They're ready to write that sentence. It's gonna tell them to read that same paragraph. Then they're gonna write 1 sentence identifying the point of view of the author in the paragraph. The great thing about this scaffolded instruction guide, you don't have to create it yourself. It's already in the system. You just ask your teacher, ask your sped teacher, hey, can you get 7.4D? Can you go ahead and get me some scaffolded pages for that? Go make your copies, and then when you have your groups, all the kids can still talk. They can still do their stations because they all read the same story about the Civil War. They all have the same information. They just access it a little different, okay? And they all feel accomplished and are all able to complete their assignments. And it has it for behavior too. So I know we have some behavior issues here at school. So you might have some things you're like, how can I get that kid to start demonstrating empathy for others? This kid's bullying other people, he just doesn't care. Okay, because it's a problem we have too. So it shows that that is still a key standard, right? It's still identified in our TEACs. Student understands how characteristics of caring influence society and impact the global community. All right, so we're gonna discuss with them like either peer pressure or bullying, and then we're going to get them to write an empathetic strategy that can be used in conversation. And guys, like I said, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Everything's there. It's giving us strategies and everything that we need to help that kid, okay? But you might have a kid that just starting out, like, they don't even know what the word empathy means, okay? So we're just gonna have them just write a situation about someone else showed them, about when someone else showed them empathy. And it also has that for them, okay, guys? And remember, you can start real small. Start real small. So the first part, it's saying, just involve a character. Read a story aloud to them. That's involving one character showing empathy to another. And then they're just gonna write the character name that shows empathy in that scenario. Start real small with certain students, okay? Anybody else wanna see anything else for your subject area?
Science, please.
Science, okay, let's see what we have in science. All right, anything stand out?
Make valid conclusion based on data.
Okay.
7.2.
Awesome. So we have our worksheets. Like I said, all of our worksheets are going to be the same, over the same exact topic. They're just going to be scaffolded for you. Okay, so in this one, the goal is to write conclusion statements and one detail or trend that contributes to the development of the conclusion. So then we're going to go down a level to our approach and goal. It's a little bit of a shortened data set, right? That's what makes this one different. And it's also gonna give them a table and a graphic organizer. And it's still gonna ask them to select one conclusion statement from a field of multiple choice options. So it's no longer open-ended. Same questions, but now it's multiple choice for your kids that need a little bit more support. Now you have your lower level kids. So it says they're gonna get labeled images on that same grade level science topic. So they're still gonna be able to access the TEACs. They're gonna select one conclusion statement about the image from a field of only 2 choices. So same thing, they're just a little bit more accessible for them, okay? All right, did anybody have any questions on how to scaffold or how to do anything else? I saw y'all exploring the teacher toolbox.
This was really helpful. This was really helpful. Great.
there was a goal book training on Monday actually, and they started adding way more stuff. So it's gonna be so awesome.
Like, our kids can access this.
Our kids cannot access only your special ed teachers. So you can just reach out to your special ed teacher, say, hey, I need some resources on this kid that's having trouble sitting in their seat. And we can provide you with, hey, these are the steps that you can take. You have a kid that's suffering with ADHD, or if you have a kid that just needs to work on citing evidence. Like, I don't even know how to get started. This kid doesn't know anything. Let me show y'all one more thing again. So we were talking about this science standards, but let me go back to math, because I know for sure it does it for math and reading. So we're on level, we have a 7th grade teach, and we want the kid to solve a multi-step problem involving special angle pairs. Okay, but this kid doesn't have the clue about this. It has a standard staircase. It says they got a little bit of prerequisite skills in 4th and 6th grade. I know this kid didn't learn anything last year. The kid wasn't even here, right? The kid didn't even come to school. So let's go back to 4th grade. And it'll actually take you to how you can get them started. They need to first measure angles with a protractor, then draw an angle. And you can click on those. And it'll give you exactly what you need.
Wow, that's so helpful.
Yes. As
And
well
you
with
see the handouts you give them as well? From this?
Some of them do not have the handout yet, but it'll be quick and easy for you to pull out a protractor
Yeah, just so we
in our
know.
little math kits.
Right, exactly. Just because we actually know where we're starting from, that's already very helpful. Yes. Well, I can see a visual reference power in there as well, so that's good.
All right, guys, so now we're gonna do another quick write. So what we just talked about was differentiated instruction. We talked about tiering assignments. Remember, we're not reinventing the wheel, guys. The assignment, everything's right there for you. It's either in the teacher toolbox, it's in Carnegie. Carnegie also has some great things. We can look at that later if you're doing math. And then also we have our goal book, which is the greatest resource they've ever given us, okay? Now, we didn't talk about flexible grouping, but we can talk about that later. Sometimes you might have certain kids that are struggling with one team but are struggling with the others. Just move around the groups more often, guys. Sometimes we keep our low with the low forever. They're not low in everything. They're really good at certain things. So let's move around those groups, okay? Let the kids get to know each other a little more. Okay, so you guys are gonna say, what's one aspect of your upcoming lesson that could benefit from differentiation? Okay, I'm gonna give you guys 2 minutes to just reflect. If you guys wanna write about how you think you wanna use it with your next team, or who is your grade level special ed teacher that you can contact to get these good resources? Please let me know. All right, guys, we're back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. All right, guys, now we're out to the last part of our PD today. I hope you guys have learned a lot thus far. But now we're gonna talk about building that positive classroom environment, okay? So a positive learning environment, as you guys will agree, it promotes respect, safety, and a sense of belonging, which are the essential elements for engagement and achievement. So what you guys are doing, you guys all come to school every single day and give your students 1,000%. So that's something really awesome. You all want the students to be successful. So what activities can we do to make sure the classroom is a better and a safer environment for all of our students? We can always set clear procedures and routines. That's establishing routines for transitions, classwork, entry, exit, etc. Does anybody have any good classroom routines that they do in their rooms?
The greeting at the door.
Ooh, that's a really good one. Yes, that has,
Acknowledging everybody.
yes, that's a big impact. Just a smile on your face. Just yes, give them that little fist bump.
I'm gonna do a class mantra and say the same way we go.
Okay.
Do what they do.
Oh, I love that. That's something we can all benefit from, right? That's really good.
Attention getters, you know, it's a good attention I love to give, and they love, you know, being like, you know, like just the fact that they can talk and, you know, as a group and do that, yeah, that helps them as well.
Okay, that's good. All right, we can also have our behavioral expectations. We can be consistent and reinforce to clarify what is expected with our students. Okay, just always be consistent. Whatever you do for one kid, do for the next. And just stay who you are every single day. If the kid's talking out of turn while you're speaking one day, correct it right then and there. Don't let it keep going, okay? You'll have to correct it. And then also, this is something different, the 2x10 relationship building. So 2 minutes a day for 10 days of meeting conversation with a student that you think needs a little extra support. Sometimes you have those students that come in angry all day. I saw Miss Oguntunde, she had one little girl. She'd always come in there frowning and miserable, but she was greeting the student at the door every day. She was taking little minutes to talk to the student. And now the student's turned around, like completely. Like, and it's shown in all the other areas of our classroom. So one teacher really can make a difference with that. And then we can do our classroom climate check, which is what we're gonna work on today. We're gonna ask the students for feedback on how the classroom feels and what needs to be improved upon. You guys know you all have student surveys, your gen ed teachers, you have student surveys at the end of the year. And these students are gonna be real truthful, these kids are gonna be real honest. So having this feedback survey is gonna be really essential, okay? You guys wanna know where they're at. Do they not like you? Do they think they're not learning your class? Do they think you hate them? You need to know this stuff, okay? So that's what we're gonna look about right now. We're gonna go ahead and look at a sample classroom climate survey. Okay, so this is a little one that I made for Stockard Class Student Perception Survey. Okay, and you want the kids to answer honestly, guys. Remember, tell them this is not gonna hurt you, it's only gonna help me. It's only gonna help you learn better, it's only gonna help us as a class grow better. So the first question we could ask the kids is, how would you rate this class? 1 being one of the worst these kids have ever taken, and 5 being one of the best they've ever taken, right? This is gonna be really indicative of what you need to do, okay? Yeah, all or nothing. All right, so what do you like best about this class? And or the teacher? Like, what do you like about it? Is there anything about this class that frustrates you? That's a really good question, right? Because you might not be realizing that you're tapping on the Promethean board during lessons. Like, this is getting on the kids' nerves. Now they're gonna rate you low on your survey and you're not gonna get a raise. So let's please make sure that we're mindful of that too, okay? Do you feel that this class was interesting or relevant?
That's a good one.
Yep, that's a really good one, right? Maybe you start bringing more real world examples. Maybe you start seeing what the kids like. All right, how would you rate your teacher's knowledge of the subject matter? Ooh, that one's really deep, right? That'll hurt a little bit, but it'll check you, make you reflect, and make you want to do better, right? All right, did your teacher clearly explain the class expectations and assignment requirements? I've been to some teachers' classrooms, guys, and the kids are like, why am I failing? What's going on? Well, the teachers are like, I don't know. Like, did you set clear expectations? Did you set clear assignment requirements for the students? Because now they're lost and now they're angry and everybody's angry. All right, was your teacher approachable when you had questions or needed help? Because that's the big one. Sometimes our kids, they really don't think you're approachable. They don't know what to say. They're going to other people in the school, talking about you before going to you first, okay? And how about the amount of work you're required to do in this class? Now this one, the kids are always gonna say what?
It's too much.
It's way too much, right? They're always gonna say that. But that's good. That's why we need to make the work more meaningful, right? Because the work still needs to get done. They still need to master these teaks. You still need to prepare them to get ready for that next grade level. That's good. All right? So in your class, if your teacher recognize and acknowledge student effort, they recognize what you're even doing? And guys, so when they're doing a survey, just like in the Dallas ISD perception survey, you guys are gonna have to explain each and everything to these students, okay? Because the kids are gonna see that your teacher recognize and acknowledge student effort. They don't know what these things mean, guys. Just that critical thinking skills, we really do have to teach them how to get to that next step, okay? Did your teacher display good classroom management skills when dealing with students who are causing distractions or being disruptive? I've seen some kids in some class like, Miss, I just want to learn, but so-and-so keeps talking so much. So this will let you know how your classroom management is going. Do you feel like your teacher cared about or respected you as an individual? Did your teacher treat all students equally and fairly in this class? What is one thing that your teacher should do differently in future classes? You might want to read those responses. What is one thing that your teacher should definitely continue to do in future classes? And then what is one piece of advice you would give a student taking this class with his teacher?
I like that.
Yes. Yes. Guys, please give the kids time. You might like, oh, that's going to take away from my time and the teaks and stuff. I guarantee you guys, if you guys do this 30 minutes one day, it'll help you for the rest of the year. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to create a classroom climate survey. So if everybody could go to Google Forms. I'm gonna give you all around 10 minutes to make a survey that you can use coming up soon, right? Because we're about to reset. We're about to reset in January. So it'd be really good if before you left on those last few days where there's nothing to do, you gave your students a perception survey so you guys can come back fresh in January, ready with fresh new ideas to help these students. Guys, please collaborate. You guys can talk. What's gonna be on the perception survey? I'll put this survey up just in case y'all wanna see, take any of the questions. I'll actually share it with you guys. You guys can build from there.
How do you apply what you learned in this class to the real world, right? And really make sure that we can apply what we're doing to the real world.
I mean, the questions that I should
We're really good at
yeah, kind of encompass everything.
Yeah. How much do you spend on your minimum every night? You know, like, you spend on it. That could be a good question that we could ask our kids. Oh yeah, that's a good, like, do I have to explain like step by step? Because you know, remember that was like what I said, like what didn't go well. For me, I think like it's like expectation and like step by step.
The lesson itself and the differentiating instruction sessions.
Yeah, that works. You know, you can just do the blank forms, transfer works, and just create your own. You got any something else?
Yeah.
Yeah, just create your own blank form. Yeah, that's really good.
Right, guys, we give you guys like another 2 minutes then to wrap this up, because you guys are killing this survey.
Do the, okay, like end zone, yeah, okay.
Yeah, like, so if we were to implement these strategies, like this, being fair share, how we
Mhm.
want to give their feedback on
Right.
the training, that's what they learn the most from.
So like, if they like to like work by, by themselves one-on-one, they will know that, they probably do quick work, right? But then, yeah.
We're gonna take one more minute to finish up our surveys. Great collaboration.
So,
All right, guys, and we're gonna pause it right there, okay? So, thank you guys so much for being so engaged throughout this whole week. So it says, but what about those behavior students, right? Because you're always gonna get that pushback from teachers. They don't care about the climate. They don't care if the classroom's a positive learning environment. They don't care about building relationships. So I just said focus on proactive strategies such as greeting those students at the door, establishing the clear routines, contacting parents. That's all you can do, guys. Just focus on being proactive. Okay? Yes, the students bring many challenges from home. However, consistent, fair, and respectful systems create a space where kids can feel safe enough to engage despite what's going on. Okay? Relationship building is still the key. Yeah, you wrote them up yesterday, but every day is a fresh start for them while they're still kids. Please show them that. Okay? Every day they come to your class is a new day. All right, and if you need additional support with a few knuckleheads, just involve the counselor. Okay, that's what we have a counselor, we have a reset coordinator, we have all these people on campus, administrators, get somebody else involved. Don't tackle that whole situation alone, okay? Remember, the goal isn't perfection, but to build systems and relationships that minimize disruptions and maximize learning. Okay, so really quickly, I'm gonna show you guys the handouts that I provided with you earlier. I sent you all a link to this Google Drive folder. So let me show you this real quick. Remember, this is all in your emails. This URL will stay up. It's our engaging and differentiated instruction folder. Okay. So what does it have in there? It has planning for differentiation, different differentiation strategies. This is stuff going over what we've done today. It shows what you can do. Just review, pre-teach those vocabulary words for your students. Have students complete a bubble map. in reading class, have them have their native language dictionary in front of them. Offer text-to-speech. Guys, text-to-speech in the classroom can be for all students. It can be a universal thing. It doesn't just have to be for your special education students. Some kids are struggling, all right? Same thing with the writing, the native language dictionary. Record your class lecture so the students can listen to it on their own again. Just something as small as that. And math, let's do more small group. Same thing with science. You have those kids that are really struggling. Match lab partners based on abilities. Provide a rubric or a checklist that helps students evaluate the credibility of a source and resources. Provide graphic organizers. Now this is great. This is great across all subjects. I know it's under writing, but it's great everywhere, okay? And the product, how do you want the thing to be different? Remember, for some kids, you can offer multiple choice. It doesn't always have to be open-ended. Open-ended is great, but for some of our kids, they're just lost. All right, we can offer choices in our writing projects, provide sentence stems. That's a big one. What else is in here? Choosing the differentiation method. So I know we talk a lot about prior knowledge. What does that student already know? Figure that out and embed it. That'll help the students really connect with everything. And check on their reading level, guys. If they're reading below or above grade level, they should be provided with reading material that's at their instructional level. Okay, and as we've seen, there's so many sites and everything that'll differentiate them. Okay, if they're an ELL learner, if they're English language learners, students should be provided with content in their native language when possible. Especially for our newcomers that have been here less than a year, I don't believe they have to take your STAR. Guys, let them engage in the content. Students are struggling with content-specific vocabulary. Keep a glossary around. Keep little books around everywhere so they can actually see what it is. Or just Google it. Sometimes you can be up at the board. You guys just pull up a picture of what you're talking about. All right, that student works best alone. All right, we get a lot of those kids, right? Set that student up for success. Let them work independently. It's just that simple. A lot of times people want to match kids, and that just does not work. Okay, so please look through this. I found that through modelteaching.com. It's pretty cool. All right, and always tell them that lesson purpose. Before you get started, guys, please tell them, what are we even doing today? These kids are just sitting in the class just wondering. You have sometimes the admins will come in, they're like, what are you doing? The kids don't know. You didn't tell them. Okay, so just let the kids know what you're doing every day. What else is in here? This is also our little summary of our strategies that we can do, as well as a little quick one-pager. Okay, it just has like the different things that you can do, different strategies. Okay, we did the gallery walk and everything. It also has the 4 corners, the digital polling, just little quick ideas, as well as a link to this, just in case you ever need to get back to it. So start in your mailbox. All right, guys, everything that we did today didn't just come out of nowhere. Did a lot of research, okay, as to what we could be doing in our classes to make them more effective. All right, guys, that was it. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Oh, I didn't have y'all do a quick write. Oh, y'all thought y'all were gonna get out of it. Go ahead and do a quick write real quick on building those positive learning environments. Which proactive strategy will you implement to strengthen your classroom climate? Remember, you guys can do the climate checks. You guys can establish clear routines. Remember, January is a reset time. It's a time to refresh. What can you do to make sure you have a better classroom climate? All right, guys, so this is our end of session self-reflection at the bottom of this page. So we're gonna think of one strategy that you learned today that excites you. Remember, just think about it. How will you adapt it to your next lesson? And what support do you need to implement those changes? And then you're gonna write down one commitment, guys. This week, I will implement blank in my classroom to improve blank. It could be on any of these topics. It could be on something you completely just thought about while you've been here reflecting. Okay? So go ahead and fill out that last statement. It's big, write big if you wanted to. That way you can refer back to the sheet and you can be like, man, I said I was gonna start doing that 2x10 with students. I said I was gonna start gallery walking. I'll give you guys 2 minutes to do that, and then I'll let you guys do your exit survey. Thank you guys so much for being here today. Go ahead and fill out your survey. All right, guys, once again, thank you. That is it. Thank y'all so much for coming.
Thank you very much, Ms. Lister. We appreciate you.